Here we go. Here we go. Welcome, welcome, welcome to yet another wonderful episode of VPR Radio with your girl Qianathegoddess and the one and only DJFMI in the building.
Yeah, you see, Kiana, you be coming up on VPR with just so much energy. Which we need it. We need it. VPR. I gotta have my coffee. That's a day old, but we here. We here. It's a day old iced coffee, but
listen, it happens. I drink coffee in increments, so I get it. I'll sip on it like all day long.
I don't have to drink 2-3 cups and nothing like that. It's just change my palate. I'll have my L and my coffee, just a little bit of it, and I'll be fine for the day.
But the funny thing is that caffeine, like any other drug, it doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't change whether I'm tired. Like I could drink coffee and then go to sleep if I'm not tired.
I seen a commercial where just like it started off with a person saying, "You betrayed me. I thought coffee would wake me up. I thought coffee would do this and help me lose weight. But it's actually unhealthy for you." I was just like, "Yo, it's too early for all this."
I know.
Right now. Just because it don't work for you don't mean it's not gonna work for me. I'm not drinking no matcha seeds in order to replace it, bro. It's not working.
Right. I just think it's funny, because coffee is a grain that comes from the earth. But again, as you start to filter things and add things to it and take away from it and et cetera, you take away the integrity of any natural product. So unfortunately, with mankind and how they operate on destroying, right? Destroy and conquer, right?
Yes.
Things just become so infiltrated that they could possibly be bad for you. But it's like, everything in moderation, right? What are you going to do?
Of course.
Like a cup of coffee, have your damn coffee. I mean, life is too short to restrict yourself of everything that you love. Just don't overdo it. That's
and I think that's what people get lost in, the gluttony.
Yeah.
And I don't blame it. You know what I mean? A little bit of ice cream here and there is good for you. You having it 3 times a week, I don't know, bro.
Facts.
That's a lot of sugar. That's a whole lot of sugar.
But literally, partner, I have some ice cream in the house, and I took like 4 tablespoons yesterday and put it in a tiny little plastic cup because I was like, this is going to be my serving.
Because if I don't, I will sit here.
Right. I'm like, I worked for that ice cream. I worked out so hard yesterday.
And it is too hot. It is too hot. You sitting there moving, you're sweating. Girl, it's a hot summer. It has been 90 degrees here in New York.
It has. Please. I love it. I can't wait to get back to the beach. I've just been kind of working a lot, studying a lot, but I can't wait to get out. I want to come outside and play, which I would look forward to doing with you on Friday. I mean, we'll be working, but we always have fun while we work, partner. Yes, but did you see the moon last night, partner? Did you?
Oh man, no. I seen a thing on Instagram. There was actually a special moon, you know what I mean, that was going on.
Super moon. It was the closest point to the earth. I'm gonna send you a picture because I go moon hunting every night, so that's nothing new. But it was just sitting there right over the water. I mean, beautiful, fully illuminated. It looked like a sunset was behind the moon. That's how beautiful it was. It was gorgeous.
I was inside DJing and hosting Winning Wednesday. Shout out to all the people that pulled up last night. So many people come from ATL. Nice. People are coming from Philly just, to show Staten Island and New York City some love. And I appreciate it. Me and LI really, really do a lot for that showcase. And, it's doing well.
Can't wait. Well, City the Great, you need to pull up. I'm going to be there for the next one in 2 weeks. So you should definitely pull up and perform. Hit up FMI. The supermoon was crazy. Thank you for watching. And you guys just know that I see some comments. I don't see others. We don't see them in time. So
I'm sorry about
if you're writing and we don't comment, please don't think that we're ignoring you. Often we're interviewing or talking as well. But a lot of times we can't even see the stream. So it might be 10 comments and we might see 1 or 2. Okay?
That's a fact. We're not trying to be rude now. And,
I know.
And Qiana, VPR, look at me in my eye. Okay? Boom. This is what we're going to do. All right. So in the last, I would say, 10 years, we have gotten to a point of making fun of our presidents. But what y'all doing with Biden, man, okay.
Why, did he fall off a bike or something?
Yeah, the man do anything, and they memeing him like crazy. The man falls off a bike. The man about 80 now.
And it's not funny for an 80-year-old. Like, if it was your grandfather falling off the bike, would you want somebody to make a meme of it? I think just like people... So many people, because I'm not going to say everyone, because there's a lot of humanity, but there's also a lot of inhumanity. And I think that because of the media and the games and the music, like so many things are desensitized to actually just being nice or kind, and not being mean. I mean, the man is great grandpa. You know what I'm saying? Like, How is that funny? I don't think that that's funny.
People are memeing them. I'm pulling up to the gas station. I'm seeing the little stickers above the sign, I did this. And I'm like, what? You know, for me, it's just more of a thing where even with Trump, they were making fun of him the same way, calling him orange guy, this, that.
But the interesting thing about Trump is he always has, in all fairness, been orange. Like that's a factual statement. It's not it's an observation, but it is a factual statement.
I don't think you
orange. Whatever tanner he uses, whatever tanning booth or whomever spray tans him, it is always orange. Right. And has always orange, partner. When he was going, you're fired, he was orange.
Well, if just watching the way they're going back and forth on Twitter, it's like Trump and him, and watching the way people are, of course, cutting him off when he's trying to speak, asking him. You see what happened with his son, correct?
I heard about it.
I've seen it, Qiana.
Was he doing? Was it crack?
Qiana, it was in 4K. You cannot. It's as clear as this camera here, VPR, that you see me through. And
because, partner, I have to tell you, it was crack, right?
Yeah,
it was crack rock.
Well,
right?
I wasn't there allegedly. I wasn't there. Okay. You know what I mean? Okay. But I'm seeing it,
and I was just like, "Yo, WTF?" And I really just couldn't because I'm in a zone right now, and will remain here at least for the next few weeks, where I am just minimizing so much bullshit. So I'll take increments, but I don't want to dig too much because it goes into my vortex and it kind of takes me out of alignment on everything I'm manifesting right now. So I'm like, yo, this whole earth. Lord help it.
People are cutting Joe Biden off about asking him about his son, and I'm watching him with crack and the prostitutes and more footage is coming out. And I'm just like, yo, I have seen everything. I've seen a president that has a son that does this. I had a president that was saying wild, outlandish things. It's becoming more of like just a.
We had a president getting head in the Oval Office, my G. Have we forgotten about that? So I mean, let's be fair. At the end of the day, these people are human beings, and the expectation of perfection is very false. And then even when it comes to the leadership, like I hear a lot of people saying that even are not Trump supporters, oh, Biden and gasoline, it wasn't this high when Trump was in effect. Gas has risen all over the world. Gas isn't just high in America. And actually, the United States raises have been way less than in Europe and then in South America. So you should know facts before you just make these, miscalculations that are what they are. Because you're assuming, but you don't have any facts tied to what's happening. At the end of the day, even the president can't change rules. The president doesn't dictate how things go. He can't even put things into effect without going through Congress and other people who have to say yay or nay. Okay, he could say I want this, and they could be like, nope, and that's the end of that. You know what I'm saying?
And it happens more than often. You know what I mean? And I feel like people forget there's a process with this too. It's not because you're president you could just, like you said, wake up and say, "Oh, this is what it is," and no, it will get vetoed. It will get thrown out, and they will sit there and have more butts and seats than you do when you have to run. So that's what it really is. If they even
look at it, if they even put it onto the floor.
Yeah, I was about to say, if it makes it to the floor.
Doesn't even make it to the floor. They'll be like, nah, we're not doing that. We're not even going to look at that. Pish posh.
Yeah, pish posh. Women's rights, we can run that back. Racial segregation, we can think about that, revisit it.
Yeah, we'll come back to that later.
That's where we are now. Nothing is set in stone, VPR. So when people talk to me about, they can't do this, they can't take away your Second Amendment, I'm just like, hey man, look what they did. Look what they're doing right now. You think
when it didn't exist, it had to become an amendment, right?
Mm-hmm. And how did they get there?
So before that, people were treated a certain way, especially certain groups of people, right? Had no rights
at all,
which were in order: people of color and women, right? That's how it all began. Like
silencing. That's really, and that's how they get their point across. Also, Qiana, I know you've been in your bubble where you're not letting in certain media, but I seen some of the parents from the Uvalde shooting, and you seen the clip that they released where the officers were there, and you seen them in the around. Yeah, Yeah, you know, I watched the video a few times, and I tried to be fair for the law enforcement, at least for doing their jobs and their safety. Because at the end of the day, they're human. You know what I mean? They ain't RoboCop. They can't just run in there and do that.
Why can't they?
Well, it's their job.
Okay.
It's their job. My job as a DJ, as an entertainer, as a host.
Can't is a strong word, right? Because it's about choice, right? Because if you've got one armed person versus a team of people that are armed, I mean, you have the ability to. It's about whatever decisions are made, but then the consequences go with that. For me as a parent, it's really, really hard to watch things like that. So I've stopped watching things like that just a long time ago, because it just exists around the world. Kids are getting killed, tortured, raped. Like it's insane, and I do my best to not live in fear and know for a fact that my children are divinely protected and blessed, and in this world with purpose, and they are making their mark and doing so. And that's why I'm so proud too that my son is a police officer, because a young Black man at 22 going into the force with the enthusiasm that he has can really help to change things. We have to push things in a positive direction, but if your job is to protect and to serve, and children are being slaughtered, and you're not protecting and serving, I don't really know, like, what else can you compare that to?
And just you bringing up the police, more people this year have resigned, where detectives, regular plainclothes officers, where they're getting everybody that was at the desk now and pushing them out into the street. And that's not going to make anything better, you know what I mean? But it just goes to show people aren't pushing to become a police officer anymore.
But if I could just interrupt on that point, I think it actually does offer a chance to make it better. Like when my son was telling me about the academy and how it's changed, a lot of those older, more racist sergeants, lieutenants and stuff, they've quit or they've retired. And you talked about the people at the desk, them resigning. A lot of the people at the desk have been desked or benched because they've shot somebody. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So they've been able to keep their job and live it cushily, even though they're not out there going pow, 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 but it's because you've been going pow, pow, pow. You know what I'm saying? So they should have been out. And I think that we have the ability to change. It's just about who's going to actually put the effort to go forth. You know what I mean? You can't become a police officer if you don't grow up feeling like, I want to protect people. I want to make this world a better place. If you grow up and you're like, what's the most powerful job I can have? You shouldn't be a police officer, because you sound like you're looking for a power trip. A narcissist, right? So that's what's happened. We've had a lot of, and then nepotism. So many of you've got the whole family in blue. The nephew, the cousin, the brother, the uncle, and they all get in, and it's easy. And in the NY and in the fire department as well, especially in the fire department. When it comes to people of color, like you rarely see a Black man, Black woman, or even a woman. So there is the ability to change when those older mindsets shift out and we start seeing new, like I see young Black officers, a lot of those kids that or men and women, I should say, that graduated from the police academy this year. I saw very few white faces. There were some, but it was very multicultural. And I was like, wow, that says a lot, because that means that a lot of us growing up are like, I want to make a change. And I think that that's the beautiful thing about this new, what are they, Generation Z? I can't keep up.
Yeah, you see, they're calling me different generation, so I get it. And I'm like,
everybody's a different generation now. I don't even know where I fall. I'm in between one and the other. Who gives a shit? But yeah. I think the powerful thing is that they're tired of sitting around and letting things just kind of go in reverse. So I think that a lot of these younger kids, we have a lot that are angry and out and doing crazy things, but we also have a lot that are starting blogs, that are, starting nonprofits, that are becoming police officers, that are becoming scientists,
that are working in their communities and actually having outreach programs,
that are volunteering, that are trying to make the world a better place. And I think that we need to feed more of that, because so much of humanity that we see looks like it's lost, but there's always the ability to change. I never like to say like it can't, because then that kind of puts a stamp of forever on it. Like it'll forever be this way. And, before my grandmother died, I remember her saying, there'll never be a Black president.
Yeah, I'm happy my grandmother has seen a black president. You know, I've had this conversation with her because she has never, when she moved to this country, ever thought to see a black president. And so you're right. Let's not say can't. Let's go forward, trying to bring somewhat positivity to it and change. Because being in New York City, dealing with officers every other day, whether you want to or not, which no one wants to, but at the same time, you know the energy that they come when you get pulled over.
Yeah.
Or when you have to deal with them and it's late at night and you're going home, they want to question you.
Right.
So hopefully those new, I would say, academy guys and women that have actually went there could create a change in there.
Yeah, I'm definitely hopeful for that. I do see, you know, of course we still have those asshole cops. They're going to exist around the world. But I think that if we infiltrate the forces with more cops who care, you will actually start to see a change, you know. So there's hope yet, you know. And I hope that if you ever get pulled over, it's by a young, cool one that's like, yo, what's up, bro?
Now I'm handing out the PBA real quick. Don't play with me. I'll see you later. Sir.
No funny shit. I was you know what I'm saying? Outside on the train, right? But outside, you know, so I didn't think anything of it. So the cops are coming toward me and I'm like, I wonder, they're probably gonna ask me to put this out. So let me just
let me get my last pull real quick, VPR.
They're coming over mad slow. You know what I mean? They looked at me for a couple of minutes and then they came over. So I'm just like, oh, I can't. Oh, I have to go downstairs. All right, no worries. I'll put it out, right? But they didn't ask me for ID. Like it could have gone, you know what I mean?
They could have get on the ground.
I've had cops be assholes to me. Like, what do you think you're doing? Give me a ticket. All of it could have gone left. But one was probably my son's age, and the other one was like an older white guy. But they were both cool. And I was like, I'm so sorry. You know, I'm really, really sorry because I didn't realize they were there.
Oh, it's me that makes you have to do your job right now. Oh, you have to come do your job because of me?
Not because I did it, but because you were there. I didn't realize it first, and I already lit it. So
I get you. I'll be sitting there when I'm moving through traffic, and I'm having my smoke just to calm my mind and ease all this craziness that's going on outside.
Well, doesn't it feel better that now you can go through traffic? Not to say that you ever did like worried, but even if like you're driving and you're smoking and before it was legal, you'd have to be like, oh, put the blunt down.
Yeah.
Put it down.
The tricks that you have to do, put the L down.
Pass the blood.
Then an ash on my floor now because of you trying to hide it.
On your kicks.
Not on the kick. Remember, I've been wearing white uptowns. I've been wearing white uptowns. I can't have them dropping.
Oh, no. Those got to stay proper.
So, Qiana, you familiar with Conway the Machine?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the Funk Flex situation?
Yo.
Yeah, so I catch a little piece of everything.
See what I'm saying? VPR, we try to keep it very, you know, based around hip-hop and some of the topics, but I like that what Conway brought up, Qiana, but for me, it always seems...
I missed that part. I only saw Funk's rant.
Well, his thing was he felt like these older DJs are gatekeeping, and he's just like, yo, why you going on a platform saying that you don't like my music? Like, it's one thing to say, you know, it's not for you or whatever, but you have to understand other people listen to you and they're gonna walk around and say, oh, I like Flex, so I'm not gonna like this music, and that's not fair to me as a new artist. That's what you're basically saying,
right?
But in my eyes, I'm like, what Flex said was true. Like, bro, you have songs with all these huge artists.
Right.
You're getting playlisted wherever you're getting playlisted. You're good. Why do you care about the one thing that I'm saying? Right. You know what I mean? And it goes hand in hand. You don't want to speak on someone's brand negatively on an interview because, you know, that allows people not to want to work with you. But at the same time, you got to respect his taste. You know what I mean? What you want in the lot? Right. You know what I mean? Just to appease you so you can get more streams? Because if it was the other way around, it probably wouldn't have been that.
No, but I mean, I do think that like there's just so much pettiness in hip hop that to me it's a snooze fest, really. Grown men going at each other like that, and even like the man, like, yo, it's like, okay, what's your point? Like, does he have more money than you because he has all of these connections? Is that why you're mad? Tell him why you're mad. Funk actually sounds a little like the mad rapper to me.
And how much like people The thing is, when people say DJs are gatekeeping, at least the older DJs, I thought about that too, and I felt that way at once upon a time. But when you really focus on what you're doing, it don't matter who's around you. It don't matter when they're around you. You on your way. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna, so just focusing on yourself would have just made that situation go a little bit better. You know what I mean? He has his placements, and Conway's doing well in his career. You know what I mean? He's touring, doing his thing. Funk Flex is who he is. He's New York's DJ, like him or not. He's been up there 30 years. I don't see him moving. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it can't happen, but he still has his ear to the streets at the end of the day. And remember, there's so many streaming platforms on now where you don't even need these DSPs to actually just put out your music. You don't even need the radio station to put out your music anymore. And it's not like, and it's an older demographic that listens to the radio anyway.
That's a fact also.
Most likely that won't be the demographic that purchases his music to begin with.
Third fact in a row.
You know what I mean? So it's not like you're losing anything there as far as that. You'll get your streams. I'm not saying radio is like obsolete, but at the same time, there's too many other platforms that you could just use to your fingertips. So you get mad at one person for gatekeeping. So
partner, let me ask you something. If somebody came for you, like on Twitter, right? Would you do a back and forth? They were like, yo, DJFMI is whack. I don't even like the photo booth that be at their events. You know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah.
Well, it's one thing to speak upon my character, and there's nothing to speak upon my brand. So I'll sit down and I'll decipher that, to move accordingly, because I have thousands of people that watch me on a higher platform, and I can't lower my vibration to it. Even though it could bother me when I see you. I'm gonna see you, but you will never see on camera me feel away this kind of third, because it's business as usual. You know what I mean? We have
and
something.
There you have it, and that's it. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like, nobody's got time for that. Like you made the most poignant, point when you said, if you're focused on you, you're not going to worry about what other people are doing. I mean, like, come on, and focus on your demographic. Like, that's not even your demographic.
Find out your super fan.
Bombs all over the songs. Like,
that's his thing. That's his niche.
Hear the bombs.
Now, you get mad at Funk Flex because he's not spinning it. That shows that how much power that you put in his hand.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? So for me, I never want to put any entity or any other individual with so much power in my hand, or I'm giving them that much power. You don't want to play my music? That's fine, my man.
Facts.
I'm still going to have it somewhere else. That's great.
I'm going to have it everywhere else. How about that? So you come back and ask me if you can play it. And then I'll be like, no, you can't have it. How about that?
It's just like, come on, man. Hot 97, the 105.1, they're there. They've been there.
Right.
Show them their love. They get their love. Leave them up there if that bothers you. You know what I'm saying? For the younger generation, if that bothers you, you don't want to go that route, there's no need to push it.
Yeah.
Open up your phone. Start a Spotify account.
And we're going to talk about that right now, because we're all about the independent artists. Why don't you introduce our hot new guest?
So, VPR Radio, we've been having Winning Wednesdays all around the tri-state area. And today is we're having Shotime Tone. He's one of the winners of Winning Wednesdays. And we're having a live interview with him here. So, while Shotime Tone gets ready to join VPR, we feeling great.
Yo, what's up, guys? What's up?
What's up? How are you? Welcome to VPR.
Great. I'm finally here. I'm happy. What's up? How we doing?
We're doing great. We love your energy.
Thank you. Bro, I saw Winning Wednesday last night. I'm sorry I couldn't make it, but it looked lit. New location was fire. Yeah. I'm feeling the vibes for sure. I'm going to be at the next one.
Oh, me too. Good. Amen. So I'll get to meet you.
Yeah, definitely.
I really appreciate that. Like Qiana, like we said, we've been trying to change the culture, actually giving artists a stage to perform on. You need to perfect your record. You want to try out that single before you hit the main stage.
Right.
Come mess with Winning Wednesdays. And then from then on out, we have more opportunities that we're granted to artists for these contests that we have coming up. But enough of that VPR, because you know how we going to get lost in it. Right. You got Shotime Tone. How you feeling today, my brother?
I'm feeling good, bro. I can't complain, or at least I won't. You feel me? You feel me? Got a lot of stuff coming. Me, Big Breeze, Q, Soul just did a video, 6K drone. We used Akin Films. He's doing a lot of people's stuff right now. He just did Onyx. They have like a new song coming back. He just did their video and stuff. So we're tapped in with him right now. August 11th, I got another video shoot coming. So I'm just getting everything together, locations and all the little stuff, the in-betweens.
I love that, because having your
Thank you.
visuals as an artist is so impactful. It's very, very necessary. You know, so how long have you been performing?
Performing, I've been performing a while. I moved to Florida in like 2014. I came back in like 2016, and I had a friend named Junior. Shout out to JR. He was doing like musical theater stuff, and he was tapped in with a lot of like people in the city in the Lower East Side and stuff that were doing open mics and shows and just trying to get their platforms going and stuff. So I was performing with him. We did a good like 5-6 performances when I came back in like 2017, 18. So I want to say since then I've been performing, but real talk, I've been performing my whole life. Me and my cousins used to break dance and battle each other, and who was making up a rhyme, this and who, and so kind of all my life, but taking it serious since like 2017, 18.
Right. Okay. But I think that's where it starts, right? It all starts with like that natural ability, that natural gift. You're doing it, and then you start to take it seriously, like as a career. So tell us about like what impacts your music, what your brand is about, what you're bringing to the table differently as an artist.
To be honest with you, my brand is really about like having fun, being free, and like love. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe not everything. Everybody has their vibes. There's sometimes where I feel like being ignorant, and I feel like making a party track, or I feel like making a let me talk my shit. Everybody feels like that sometimes. So of course I mix it up, but for the main thing with me is just like making sure I keep love and making sure I keep creativity in it. I feel like a lot of the time people are chasing a sound or chasing something and not realizing when you chase something, eventually you're going to be behind that thing you're chasing. You know what I'm saying? So keeping it original and just keeping it fun and keeping the love in it, because after a while I was doing certain things I noticed, and after the love is gone, it's just like it becomes stale after a while. So just keeping the love in it, keeping the fun energy in it, and the creativity for sure.
And Shotime Tone, right? I never asked you this. Explain your name, so at least people on VPR and all the listeners that are watching live right now, they can get a feel for your name. Where did it come from? How did it come together? How did we get there?
Definitely. Well, Tone is like a family thing. Like everybody that's really close to me, if you know, like my cousins, everybody, Tone, Tony, Tone Capone, Tone this, Tone, feel me? Everybody got their own tone for me and my family. You know what I'm saying? And then the Showtime came from like every time people were like, yo, bro, rap, yo, bro, this, yo, bro, outside. It was like, I'm popping up. You know what I mean? Every time you tell me to go, it's showtime. Like I'm not stopping. You know what I'm saying? So it's really just the showtime, everybody giving me that outside, and then the family giving me the tone from Anthony. So it's Tone, you know what I'm saying? Broken down.
I love it. It's the love and the love married together into a name.
Right. Definitely.
Yeah, beautiful.
All right. So you talked about your performances before, right? Let's speak about your upbringing. Where are you from, and how did you get a start in this music career, or what made you gravitate towards music?
So I'm from Brooklyn, but I've lived in Queens as a kid, and then towards my teenage years, I moved to Staten Island. So I really say New York because it's been multiple places. In Brooklyn, I lived in Williamsburg. I lived on Troop and Tompkins, right? You feel me? Right in Brooklyn, right in the hood. So you know what I'm saying? Like Queens, we live by MetLife, which is Shea. You know what I mean? I got a lot of family, like a lot of things.
Out of here. I lived there for like 10 years.
Yo, you be getting around, bro.
Jamaica, Queens. For real. So I had family everywhere, and Staten Island. When I moved to Staten Island, it was more like my mom like trying to change, because it like in Brooklyn it was more of like a party vibe, more of like a like always outside, always doing stuff. My mom wanted more of a like a solid place for me to grow up, but not realizing too much about Staten Island. So when I moved to Staten Island, I ended up turning up more than what I was doing in Brooklyn. At least in Brooklyn, we had people to watch over me and give her the feedback. But in Staten Island, she couldn't get no information, so I was outside.
You got let loose, like her plan worked in reverse.
Definitely. And the music has always been in my family. Like Puerto Ricans, I don't know, but it's the Sunday cleaning, the spring cleaning. The music is on, everything from Whitney to, you feel me, from the Beatles. Like everything in my house gets played. You know what I'm saying? Like we play everything all day. There was all types of music. My grandfather actually they just uploaded. It's not his music because back in the day they used to do like conga sessions and all of that, and back in the parks and stuff. So he don't have music himself, but he's like on old albums on like Spotify and stuff, like playing drums and stuff in the background. So it's really in the blood. You know what I'm saying? But when I really started,
yeah, that's fire.
Yeah, good looking. But when I really started gravitating towards the music was more of like, I want to say 7 was when I really like try to write down something. It was bull crap, but you feel me? I was trying to put it together, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't talking about nothing too much. And then when I was like around 10, 11, I would just be rapping, like just rapping. And people would be like, yo, that sounds good. You got to do X, Y, Z, come to the studio. But I was more of on some, yo, we outside. Like I wasn't really looking at it as like I could do something with this. You know what I'm saying? Until I got a little bit older and stuff. But that's where the music comes from. The Lil Waynes, the Jadakisses, the Fabulous, you know what I'm saying? Everything, the old stuff, shit. We could bring up the Al Greens, you know what I'm saying? Like just everything playing in my house, just all of those sounds got stuck in my head, and it just was like, I knew I loved it. I just didn't know what it was gonna be at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I love that because I think the key, to be honest, to any great, like really, really great musician is music versatility. You know what I mean? Like if you just study and know one genre of music or one era, even of music, you don't understand the roots of things. You don't understand the instrumental portions of things and the production. Like, you know, putting it all together and thinking about the roots of different types of music really helps you to become a very versatile kind of artist, because you can be inspired by something. Like you might hear a track and one, you know, rapper might be like, oh, I can't do anything with that. It's not fast.
Yeah.
And in your mind, you're like, wow, I could spin something really, really different.
Hell yeah, definitely. You know? Definitely.
So tell us like what your goals are. This is your first album. You have like an album out right now, right?
Well, I have a mixtape out, and I did it real. Like I said, Lil Wayne was a big inspiration for me, so I went real like old school with it. Well, not old school.
Hold on. So you said Lil Wayne was your inspiration. What Lil Wayne? You got to think about. Is this 3,000 Degrees Lil Wayne, Lollipop Lil Wayne, DJ Lil Wayne?
Nah, it was like the middle. It was like that middle Lil Wayne. He was still sounding like Louisiana, but he just started coming to New York and tapping in with us. So he was kind of using our lingo. That's like what I want to say like the No Ceilings and like stuff. Like right before then, I started. Yeah, those mixtapes. So when I came back, this is about a year ago, I did a video for Big Amount. I did a remix to Big Amount, the Drake and Future song. And then the whole mixtape is like 8 tracks all the way through. It's straight remixes. I went straight old school 50 Cent, Lil Wayne stuff. I just went on everything that I thought I was hot, old school, and kind of now, and just violated the most I could and just put that shit out.
And that's fire because I don't, you know, we've gotten to a point in hip hop now where, of course, everybody's releasing their singles and they're brand new, but a remix never hurt. You remember the summer when Busta Rhymes was laying up the remix to Touch It and the Beamer Benz and Bentley. Don't forget those summers now, VPR.
But you know what? There was like there was a remix time, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was like a time capsule.
That's 2006, 2003.
Yeah, it was like a 3-year span where it was like every remix that came out was the hottest version of whatever that first song was.
Everybody got shine. It's like everybody that did it in their own way got shine from their different era or area they lived in. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like the DJ Khaled type thing. But so my question to you, Shotime, boom. COVID hits, right?
Right.
What was Shotime doing during COVID? Did you learn any new trades? Were you in the studio? What were you doing to better your brand?
Damn. Well, to be honest with you, writing is always a must. Like I tell my guys, like, you know, Q, so you met I believe you met Danny Darko at the last Big Breeze event. You feel me? The Rising Artist concert. Like I always tell them, it's writing and making sure you're always making something and creating, because people will make a single or something and then it just, you know what I'm saying? Like you put everything into that one thing, but now it's like, what's next? In this microwave era where people get put on or people get lit in 15 minutes. Like my bro, for instance, right? My bro Eli, yesterday he met the guys from Power. So he took a picture with them and they posted it on his Instagram. He reposted it. His Instagram is going crazy. But you know, now what's the next thing? Now how do we take those people and transfer it. If you're just on that one come up, you feel me? It's gonna be that one thing, and then when people pass it, they forgot about it in 2 weeks, a week, and that's it. So what's next? We got to keep creating and keep, so it's always creating is my answer. Is always making new music, always making new vibes and new feels. And that actually inspired me to use some of what was going on around me, some of the scam and the PPP loans, the this, the that, and put it in a song.
Not the scam.
So I got something, not to
turn your 2,000 into 7,000.
Right now. But I was more or less like talking about what's going on around me. Like, what I said before the ban lifted, they was in the streets popping perkies, they was getting geek. You know what I'm saying? So like it was like I was just talking about everything that scamming, unemployment, PPP. You know what I mean? All of that shit. I'm just putting all of that in a song and really explaining like what was going on, because a lot of people look at it like, damn. But if you're in touch with the culture, there's always been a scam, bro. It's everything got a scam to it. There's always a finesse.
Yeah,
everything got a finesse.
Qiana,
and with technology, it's just increasing, right? The ability to scam people is increasing. Have you heard about the scams where they call? It's so unfortunate. They call elderly people and claim that like their grandkids or kids
got locked up in Tijuana, Mexico. You got to send
that too. Yeah, that too. I heard about the hospital one where we need help. Send us this or we'll send you tickets to such and such. We just need your X, Y, and Z, and then you're cleared out. Definitely, I definitely already know.
And one of the biggest scams, don't forget that now, is so common ground. The social media rapper, they'll have their manager or their homie run their page, reach out to an artist, say I could get you the placement, and then send over this 600 to the Cash App, 1,200 to the Cash App, and I'll see you later.
With 812 artists on it.
You know what I mean?
Yep. They have posts. Every post was just posted yesterday on their page. It makes it look like they were doing a lot of work, and it's like I already tried to get hit with that with cover arts. Cover art scams is big right now. They're like, bro, just send us a deposit of 50 and we got you.
Sure.
And the next day the page is gone.
Yeah. Instagram and just the social media in general need to crack down on just the bots. The bots are just mucking up the business of it. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people use it to bolster their numbers as far as social media.
Yep. I always talk about that, bro. It's hilarious.
You know what I mean? That's why when people walk around and some of these people are saying, I can get you a guaranteed placement on this rap caviar. I look at them and I laugh. You know what I mean? Qiana, we've worked in this industry for years where the reason why we left the radio was to get away from people doing payola. People are trying to create payola with these DSPs with Spotify.
Right.
So what are we doing here? You know what I mean? It's the same.
Nothing's natural. Nothing's natural anymore. You know what I'm saying? And that's another reason why I think it's big for a lot of places, the Winning Wednesday and stuff. It's good for the smaller artists because people really don't have an outlook, like a place to put everything out. Like I remember when I was making music and I financially didn't have it. My mom was going through like surgery and like end of the life stuff. And I was really like having to take care of everything. And it was a lot on my plate. And I remember just sitting at home, no funny shit, really crying and really being like, yo, I got so much to offer, but nobody's hearing my shit. So I feel like the Winning Wednesday and things like that is big for artists because you don't realize how much you're helping somebody. You know what I'm saying? Just for you to go and get that shit off your chest is a big deal. Like, for real. I really appreciate everybody that does things like that and give, smaller artists the opportunity because a lot of the times they got the sauce, they got the drip, they're more in tune. These artists are getting away. Certain artists stay tapped in with the hood, but not the hood, but like the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like certain people do, but then some people, once you put the money into it, it just becomes oversaturated. You're so far removed from what's actually going on that at the end, like, you know what I mean? The underground stuff is what's really real to me anyway. I feel like after a while, people are living the glam and the glitz, and I can't relate to you, bro. I don't got a G5. I don't got a rollie on my wrist.
That's
I can't
relate.
You know what I'm saying?
So they don't really have a G5 either, right? It's rented. I mean, most millionaires don't own a private jet because it's just not fiscally sound. When you think about the fact that when you buy a car, the value is lost when it's private. It's the same
immediately.
With you know what I'm saying? So it's just 400 million, and the minute I put it in the air, it's worth 315 million.
Exactly. And you still got to pay for gas.
When I could go and rent one for a day for 40,000.
Hey, I tell people all the time, my car is still going to get me to the same destination it's going to get you to. The only difference is I don't pay a lease. I own mine.
Exactly.
Right.
And I love that you said that, partner, because to go off of what you were saying, Tone, what we do and why we do what we do is because we believe in the power of independent artists. We were just talking about, Funk Master Flex and how people are talking about the gatekeepers. We don't gatekeep. If we see you and we like what you're doing, we want to offer an opportunity, in shape or form. And then understanding the business, like we have vied for independent artists for the longest. We know how it goes left with the labels. We know all of that inside stuff. And we know the people that when it comes to actually getting you real placement, you're going to pay some a penny,
a lot of money, right?
Meeting, or you're going to get that placement, but there's so many people running around telling you lies and not giving you opportunities, or they say they're giving you an opportunity, but then when you get there, the opportunity isn't what you thought that it
was promised.
Right. We want to offer artists the ability to showcase who they are and their skills, because it's not just what you hear commercial radio. It's not just what you see on Billboard. There's so much talent, and you guys deserve the shine.
Thank you. That's facts, though.
Qiana, when you do pull up to Winning Wednesday, he has this record, Keep It a Knot, and it has Q Soul on it. I'm not gonna give away. I don't like to compare artists to certain artists as far as like the artists that sign, but you have to hear it. His music is deep. It has value. Right. And it's harmonically beautiful. Like, so I could listen to it in any setting, and I could be a fan of him. I'm driving listening to him. Right. It motivates me to get up. Like, he makes that kind of music for me.
That's what I'm saying.
So Showtime, my next question to you is, boom, Qiana, it's the famous VPR question. So 4 things that you need in the studio when you go.
Oh, that's. I thought you were gonna say something crazy. I'm over here like, I'm kind of like, Nah, 4 things. To be honest with you, the weed is not a must. Sometimes it fucks with me, but I'm the type of dude where I'm always on, like, not edge, but I'm in the studio and like I like to let people do what they do, but I'm over my producer's shoulder, like, yo, bro, I think you should add an echo there and this. So I gotta have the weed just to keep me calm down. Like, yo, go sit in the back, go smoke, relax. So the weed, water, and then now Q Soul got me on like the tea and all of that for the throat, trying to sing and all of that. I'm trying to harmonize out here. I need some tea. And then really the guys, because the guys motivate me, and they, you know what I mean? Sometimes you need that second thing, because when I'm listening to other people in the studio, I know what to hear for. But sometimes when it's coming from me, I practice it, I rehearse it, I'm writing it. So when I get there, I'm like, yo, should I do it aggressive? Should I do it like this? So sometimes you need the guys there to be like, yo, bro, stay with that. That sounds fire. Or, you know, that extra people in the back is always there. But that's all I need, to be honest with you. If I needed one thing, it would be the guys. I would say the guys in the studio, and we good off that.
You're going to be very successful. I could tell you already have the keys, because right there, without saying like the professional terms, like, you've got creative direction. You understand what I'm saying? Right. And it's so important for you to have creative direction, whether you're doing a photo shoot or whatever, acting, right? Because you don't hear what other people can hear musically. And they could be like, yo, do it this way on this part. And it could change the whole trajectory of the song. You know what I'm saying? So having people there to kind of co-sign or be like, nah, I don't like it that way, or do it this way. That's really, really smart, especially when you know it's people that have your back and want you to give your best. Sometimes you could go into the studio and you might have had something happen before you get there, so your energy
change the whole mood.
Change the whole mood. Energy.
Or you could have a bunch of yes men with you. You could have a bunch of yes men with you that just want to smoke and drink and be like, yeah, sounds good.
That's good.
And you go home and you run that shit back when you get home. And
your buddy and alcohol gone. You don't even got a song no more. You like,
right.
Time.
That's why it's
like,
important.
We was just chilling for 2 hours. What did we do?
Yeah, exactly. Made nothing. Right. So I think that's really, really important. And what's next for you?
To be honest with you, like I was saying, August 11th we got a visual. August 19th is the Rising Artist Hit the Beat. Next one is $1,000 on a line for that. 500. I'm not even gonna hold you. There's a lot of talented artists. I'm not even being sarcastic. I'm being dead ass. So I'm bringing new music. I'm bringing a bunch of shit because I'm trying to go home with that money. We got videos to do. We got things to do. You know what I'm saying? I know Breeze got some shit on. My guy Big Breeze. Shout out Big Breeze. He got something on the. He's trying to put something together for us to open for a big show in Staten Island, like like some real famous, some artists on the bill and stuff. So we're trying to get that together. But for the most part, more music. I have a lot of stuff I didn't release and stuff. I started working on photo covers recently. I got a tablet and stuff. I'm really trying to like do a lot of stuff, a lot of art and stuff from here because I do art as well. So I'm trying to start tapping into that as well. And to be honest with you, everything. Like I wanna act if I can. I wanna do everything. I was telling DJFMI I want to A&R. I want to go to the studio sessions and help artists develop their sound. There's a lot of stuff that I want to do.
I love it.
So it's endless possibilities. Clothes too. I pulled up to the last event. I had my own merch on for the past 2 events. You know what I mean? And then the last time I went was the first time I went was a sweater with the press on. You know, it was cool. I had the logo on the back. It was nice. This second time we went, I stepped it up and I had the embroidery. I had the name on it. It was a nice piece, you know, like a piece, the clothes it was sewn on. So it's really, I'm trying to tap in with everything, fashion, with art, with everything.
Right.
As you should, you know what I mean? You're a young entrepreneur and it seems like you have your head on your shoulders, bro. And that's why we have you here on VPR. You're doing great things in your career. Your music sounds amazing and your energy and your spirit, bro, is shining. So that's why
thank you
on this platform. Seriously, bro.
For sure.
It is. I can't wait to meet you on the 28th, right? 27th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we in there for sure.
So VPR, we're getting ready to wrap up the show here. We have a few minutes left. So make sure, tell them where they can find you. Tell all your IGs, your YouTube, your merch.
Right. So SHOTIME _tone, Showtime _tone on Instagram, Facebook, and then all platforms is Showtime Space Tone, YouTube Showtime Tone, all one word. Everywhere it's the same. So just tap in with me. I got 2 songs on all platforms. They just got uploaded recently. One of them has a visual. I actually put out the visual. I want to say like 7 months ago, but I never released the audio. So now the audio is available on all platforms to download. So go and download those 2. I have like 5 new songs, 2 singles. I have a video being shot on the August 11th for my single. Yo, DJFMI, you guys, I want y'all to tap in because I'm gonna have a dope. I have a dope visual in my head, and I want everybody that I've really been working with in that visual, all the guys that we've been doing shows with and all of that. So I'm going to tap in with y'all, but there's a lot going on. Just tap in with Hit the Beat, tap in with Big Breeze if you want to know about more performances. You know, DJFMI, come on, man. If they not tapped in, what are they doing? I don't know, you feel me?
I love it.
Shit. They're doing nothing.
You got to get it. Right. You already know what it is. Love. Big love.
All right, man. Showtime. I appreciate having you here on VPR, man. And continue being great, bro. Really, continue being great.
Thank you. For real.
Yeah, but before you slide off, I would love if you would. We'd like to leave the show with just like words of encouragement and inspiration. How would you like to leave our audience?
Yeah. I want to tell y'all, believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people, it's not that they don't believe in you, but when you're trying to do something that nobody did, like around me, not too many people are doing in my family what I'm trying to do, so they can't help me, they can't guide me, but that don't mean they don't believe in me, you feel me? Mm-hmm. So just always believe in yourself and always make that vision come true, because you could tell people, but when you make that shit happen and they see it, then they could understand what you're saying and they'll start to back you, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta put in the work. You got to put in the pain. You got to show them that this shit is possible. You got to believe in yourself sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But just don't stop believing, bro. Put in the work. It might seem like, a little small thing. Make sure you put 100 in everything you do, every freestyle, every conversation, every time you stop and you talk to the guy at the corner, at the deli, you know what I mean? Just put your all into this shit, bro. If you really love it and you doing this shit for the art and for the love of it, just put your love in it. You feel me? And everything will happen the way it's supposed to. Don't force nothing. Don't be nothing you not. You feel me? Stay true. And that's how it's going to end.
There you go.
Thank you, Showtime.
We love it. Beautifully stated.
Tapped in with y'all. You heard?
Yeah. I look forward to meeting you, and we'll definitely talk about your visuals and everything else. Make sure you guys go and follow him. We appreciate it. That was a beautiful, beautiful statement. I mean, and it's so true. Like, if you don't believe in yourself, and until people start, some people don't believe in you. So until they see it is when they'll start supporting and whatnot. Or at that point, they might just be like really, really angry about it. But the fact of the matter is that the only person that you have is you. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, if you don't believe in yourself, how can you ask other people to believe in you?
Believe. Qiana, you dropped straight facts. And just before we wrap up, everything VPR. Let me give you a few of the dates that we're going to be at today. We have a yacht event that's going to be going on in the city. You know, look out for us there. We're going to be doing live coverage there with all the different companies that are there. Also, Sunday, I will be live at the Coney Island Art Wall for the DJ Self 105.1 50 Cent birthday bash. I'll be DJing with my artist Poison. She will be on the stage tearing it up. So make sure you grab them tickets and come out Sunday to the Coney Island Art Wall 105.1 50 Cent birthday bash. I will be on the ones and twos, and I'll see y'all there.
Well, there you have it. And, you know, this summer has been great. So you guys just stay positive, keep working towards your goals. Like Tone said, you know, believe in yourself and keep going forward and do it with love, because when you do it with love, you can't lose. We love you for watching. We can't wait to see you next week, and stay beautiful. See you next week, guys. Thank you.